The X-Force Varex Axle-Back is something that you should check out if you have a 2005 to 2010 GT Mustang and you want an axle-back that'll give you the ability to change the sound and loudness of your exhaust on the fly from inside of the car. And that's going to be the biggest differentiator with the Varex. Not only that, but the Varex will also appeal to those owners out there with like a top quality system when it comes to materials and someone that doesn't mind spending a little bit to get all of these things. The install for this is easy. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter, since an axle-back for this gen simply bolts right up into the stock location, but I'll get more into that later. You might not have heard of X-Force before, but they're actually a very popular and established brand down in Australia for quite some time now, where they originated. The Varex is their patented system, and it's been around for a few years, so I wouldn't say that this system is new to the game. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a tunable exhaust, and I will say that a lot of companies have tried the tunable exhaust thing before with varying levels of success. X-Force and Roush are the two companies that I think did a good job with this design. You have options with the exhaust tuning. You aren't just stuck with either open or closed, and I'll explain more in a second. Getting into it a little bit further, like usual with an axle-back, the main player of this axle-back and the centerpiece is the patented Varex mufflers that feature a mechanism or a butterfly within the actual muffler itself that functions a lot like your traditional cutout would, and all of this is controlled by the included remotes. Now, unlike those traditional cutouts that are generally fully open or fully shut with no options in between, the Varex gives you the option to customize your sound with a level of adjustment, essentially giving you 5 different mufflers in one, as Varex puts it. This is achieved by opening the butterfly valve in different increments, changing the tone slightly along the way. So what does all this mean when it comes to sound and overall volume? What you guys heard in the sound clips, and I'll say it again, the difference in sound is noticeable. With the valve fully closed, the sound or volume is very similar to what you find with the factory muffler still in place. Maybe just a little bit louder, but not by very much. With the valve fully open, it's another story. The sound really comes to life, and it's a good sound at that. There's plenty of tone, no rasp to really speak of, and a decent amount of overall volume. With everything closed up, I'd give the system a 1 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 scale, and with everything opened up, that number easily shoots up to a strong 2 out of 5 on the loudness scale. It's not the loudest setup, but it does have a nice deep tone with zero drone inside of the car while cruising. There's a number of reasons why having full control over your tone and volume might be appealing. The most obvious would be to have the ability or the option to be quiet when you want to be or when you need to be. Say you're entering or leaving a neighborhood, or an apartment complex for that matter, or you're driving by Johnny Law. Maybe you have your significant other in the car and they aren't a fan of loud exhaust, or maybe you're just trying to play the role of a sleeper. Whatever the case may be, Varex will be able to help you out. Now that you know what to expect, let's talk about the build of the Varex, because again, you're getting more than just adjustable sound here. For starters, you're getting a full 304 grade stainless steel throughout, which is the best material in my opinion when it comes to exhaust, especially when it comes to resisting corrosion. The Varex does bolt right up to the factory location, then it steps up to a full 3-inch mandrel bent tubing throughout. It is a very nice weld and 4-inch brightly polished stainless steel tips. So the Varex performance mufflers are chambered, and that's where the butterfly valve comes in. So I have this muffler flipped around so you guys can see what's going on here. This is the valve, and with the valve fully closed, the exhaust flow goes through more of a chambered section of the muffler, keeping things relatively mild sound-wise. However, once opened, the exhaust takes a path of least resistance, and essentially this acts as a straight-through muffler, which is going to increase both sound and performance. It's all incorporated by the key fob that X-Force is going to give you. And each fob has 2 buttons, one to open the valve and one to close it. And again, you can play around with the sound by experimenting with the fob and the buttons. The butterflies are powered by a 12-volt source. X-Force includes the plug-and-play harness to get you up and running. The harness is going to plug into both mufflers right here using water-resistant plugs, and from there is fished inside of the car through the trunk to be plugged into the 12-volt power socket inside of the center console. This is a total plug-and-play deal here, guys. When it comes to price, as you probably expected, this isn't what I consider a cheap system. You can expect to spend a little over the $750 mark for this axle-back. You have to keep in mind what you're getting here. The adjustable tone, the full 304 grade stainless steel, and this is pretty solid for the price. And in case you were wondering, X-Force does back the Varex with a 1-year warranty on the electronics and butterfly, and a 5-year warranty on the mufflers themselves. The install is pretty standard in the world of axle-backs with a few exceptions. You're looking at a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter. You can plan on spending an hour of your time. You need a basic socket set, and having a helping hand can help you out here. And a lift would certainly make things easier for you here, but the job can be done on jack stands as well if you don't have access to one. This Axle-Back very simply bolts right up into the stock location, so you won't have to cut or modify anything. You're just looking at dropping your old Axle-Back, and the new Axle-Back will come with new clamps for you, so you don't have to worry about that. You go to install your new setup, it'll probably be easiest to leave everything loose until you have it all lined up and then tighten it down. When it comes to the wiring, again, everything is completely plug and play. With the harness connected to the mufflers, you run it up into the trunk through the removable grommet in the spare tire area, and then from there you need to get it to the center console area to be plugged into the 12-volt socket. This might take you a little bit of time to do, as you'll probably want to hide the wire as well as you can under the carpet for a clean install. That's going to be it for this review of the X-Force Varex, but you can always check it out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.